guys can, and then we'll run the lag test. You guys run the lag test and everything. Alright.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. If you're just hopping on board, sorry if you've been having to wait for this here match, but we had sort of problems with the live streaming software, which is what basically sets up the live stream for us. But yeah, it's all sorted now, and we're gonna hop on board and get the live streams. They're doing a lag test at the minute. It's Dogs of War versus Skaven. You're on board commentary wise, me and Gloryd, and I'll try and do my best to do a good job for you tonight, but we're about 15 minutes behind because of technical problems, but we'll do our best for you here.
Sorry about that, guys, but you know, exploit happens, stuff acts up, well, we'll get you some action as soon as we get the invites, as soon as we get past the lag test, we'll get underway.
Yeah, and this is looking to be a good match tonight. Skaven is the new kids on the block here, and we got Dogs of War, well known, old Dogs of War, but hang on, Glory, do you need an invite here, yeah?
Yeah, I need one. They're not invited. They're not in the stream.
2 seconds, mate. Oh,
well. The stream is loading for me? I'm about to refresh loading.
Glory, it's not letting me send an invite to you here at the minute. Is that are you joining?
No, I'm not. I just joined the party. I can't join. They said they were gonna send me an invite. I was waiting for that. I haven't got an invite.
Just another thing to go wrong, eh? Hang on, we'll try.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll try and figure out something here. Right. Hang on, I've got 3 messages here, right? That's from these 3, right? Okay. I'm gonna ask if he can invite Glory.
Yeah. Alright. He told me the lobby was set up and everything. So.
Yeah, they're just doing a lag test here at the minute anyway, so it's not, it's not like you're missing anything major, but try to invite Glory. Right. He's jumped back into the main screen here, so he should be able to get in now.
Okay.
Well, hang on, I'm gonna actually back out of this message and try and invite you myself. Okay, yep, you're getting in now.
Okay, I got the invite. Oh, that was why. It was because of the map selection. I couldn't get it.
Okay, right, so they're just going to jump on board of the lag test first. This is the alpha playlist, I think. Yeah, alpha, and it's Skaven versus Dogs of War. So look, Dogs of War, definitely probably the favourites for this match, being, they've done pretty successful in just about every single Gear season they've been in. I can't remember if it was the Execution, I think it was the Execution they didn't do so great on, but I think it was the alpha they came top of the league in. And this being alpha, we can expect good things from Dogs in this match. Dogs is actually one of the best light teams of the league. I know that's a bit biased to say, but you haven't seen a team put in as little hours as a team and yet achieve such great results as a team. That's a good sign whenever you're putting in, you don't put in as much time as the other teams, but you're still managing to keep up. That's, that speaks wonders. Glory, you got anything you want to add before we jump on board of this lag test and all?
Some of these style members I never seen. Well, probably 3 Mike is the only one I haven't seen, I believe. I know Stefan the Suntail, but I haven't seen 3. I'm a little curious to see how they're going to put together. But I did a commentary for them for match-wise. Pretty good, pretty experienced from what I see, so I'm definitely looking to see big stuff coming out of Dow. But that's not to take anything away from Skaven. They're new kids on the block, so I mean, anything's possible. They can definitely come out and give Dow one for that money. So
yeah. Hang on, Glory, do you still have your mic plugged in with the Xbox? It's just I think I was hearing double there.
Oh, I think it is. I have it. Yeah, I think I can plug it. Is it good now?
Yeah, I think it's good now. Hang on, try talking.
Hello?
Yeah, I think we're good now. Didn't hear any echo that time. So, right. Okay.
I'm a little loud. I don't know if I'm still loud, but
Yeah, I think we've got past the lag test then by the looks of it, because this is pretty sweaty for a lag test. Yeah, we're hopping on board. This looks like Execution on Mercy. We got Mike here. Mike is actually probably somewhat of a Gears legend. He used to play back in the days of Gears of War 1 with the Dogs of War team before it reformed. Dogs of War back then was actually very well known. They were a very successful team on the original Gears 1, and Mike was a member of the original team. So you were saying earlier you hadn't heard of 3 Mike. He was actually heavy. He's a lot more casual now than he used to be, but on the original Gears he was an absolute animal. I can tell you that now. Dogs of War already off to a great start. They've still got a full team, and Skaven down to 2 members left.
I mean, a lot of people that were in the GOW3 legends, as we call them back then, a lot of those people didn't convert some of these games. I know some didn't go to GOW2. A lot of them stayed back in GOW1. A lot of them didn't even. Some of them didn't even come to GOW3. A small amount did, but sometimes it goes like that. Some people just don't want to convert to the new one, especially GOW3. In my opinion, if I play GOW1, GOW2, I definitely can see how it's a big assessment coming from those two.
I think the problem with a lot of the reason that a lot of the original Gears members didn't come back to, Gears of War 3 was because of the huge difference in terms of the way the basic gameplay played, in terms of the Lancer with the stop and burn. That just, it made for too much of a different. I mean, Epic tried to change this. They tried to add in playlists such as the Zeta and the Alpha, just tweaking some of the base rules. I mean, like in the Zeta playlist, we've seen that they changed the base stats for, they changed stopping power, so the Lancer played the exact same as it did in Gears 1. But I think, I'm not sure, but I think the actives on the Lancer, etc., they're a lot more powerful on Gears 3 than they were in Gears 1. I mean, Lancering was only really effective in Gears 1 if you were, team Lancering. It was just, you see such a huge difference in terms of how the game is played between that, and the originals.
I definitely agree. I mean, you gotta think back in GOW1, the Lancer wasn't really a factor like it is now. The Lancer is so overpowered now in the modern GOW3. Back then, as GOW1 players, I mean, the shotgun was the main thing. Besides the pistol, the shotgun was the main weapon of choice. So I mean, a lot of people can't deal with change, especially in the GOW community. We're very resilient of change in our game. So I mean, a lot of people didn't want to deal with how GOW3 just completely changed. It's more Lancer heavy now. A lot more inconsistent than most of the GOWs, the first 2 GOWs, in my opinion. So,
and Mike goes down.
This is a lag test, or is this the actual match?
This is the actual match, man. I just noticed that in there. I thought they were going to do the lag test there, but it looks like they'd already done it before we got in. Again, we've got to apologise because we had a lot of technical problems here at the the first 15 minutes. Some of the basic things like the upload code just wasn't working for us, so we had to restart a lot of things. Just little unexpected things that we can't see coming, but we'll try to make sure they don't happen again. That's about the best we can promise here, guys.
Well, you can't really control. That's nothing we can control. That's just excellent in itself. Sometimes it works correctly. That's just any product or anything. Sometimes it works correctly. Sometimes it messed up. It takes a little time to get it together, but we're up and running now. We got this match underway for you guys. So definitely looking forward to giving you some great action between the 2 teams. Yep,
and see, even how intelligent Dogs are playing at the minute. I mean, Stefan goes down, but Stefan was playing very smart there at the start. He tried to make an intelligent push in at the start, but Skaven knocked him back, and instead of trying to match that whenever he couldn't, he just fell back and he tried to join his teammates. But he got dropped by a good torque there by one of the Skaven members. I wasn't able to pick up the name there, but it was a very tight angle.
Disturbed. I can see it. But Disturbed will pick up the kill on SKN. But they are down. Dow is down in numbers right now. But they are laying down some heavy crossfire up at that mortar right now, trying to keep them back as much as possible. Try to number them, do something, try to even this up at a 2-2. But right now, crossfire, a lot of sitting back right now. SKN playing it. They know they got the numbers game in their favor right now. But Disturbed is going to make a big push. They're going to make a push on Cars. Bar's in a bad spot right now. He's just trying to survive, but he is laying out some shots.
Oh,
He's gonna take
first
the third.
one. Oh, Santolistic takes first down, but Disturbed and Stefan are two of Dog's most aggressive players. Santolistic is probably one of the most underrated players of the team, I would say, but he definitely does his job whenever he's required. But I was just looking at the lineup for tonight. I knew Dogs were putting out a strong team. They're taking Skaven very seriously. They haven't seen them play before, so obviously they want to make sure they throw out their best impression. But it's hard to... Santolistic taking down Clanrat. You know, already you can just see that Santolistic's going through this methodically. He's not taking anyone as any less of a threat here. He's just got Priceman left to go, and I think that he's got grenades. Yes, Priceman's got frag grenades here, so this could go either way here. And because it's
Priceman doing too much, not to cut, he's doing a little too much standing out in the active lancer. You know how powerful that is. Almost went down.
Exactly.
He's about to go down again, so he needs to play that. They're already down 2-0. We need to try to get the cover.
Oh, and
he
throws the grenade the wrong way. Oh, that was unlucky for Priceman there. That's the thing, whenever you go to blind fire anything, you know, like a torque bow, boom shot, you can just hit the cover. You know, it's something you don't want to risk too often unless you're throwing it very high.
I definitely agree. I mean, he was in a bad situation already at that angle. You can definitely, he can hit the top, he can get the top of that hit. He was already in a bad situation. He was already 4-point. Never got regained, but really got to regain his health. So it made it even a worse situation that he tried to toss a panic nade. Third was going to take down Priceman. Suntail's going to take down Clan, and Doubt going to take down Batten. It seems like every time I switch to a screen, they're all down.
Oh, I tell you, that was just an excellent round by Dogs. They were taking no nonsense for that last. Oh, sorry, this is Alpha. So there's they played at the full 5 in Alpha, where we streamed the competitive matches the last time. They were first to 4. Alpha, they go the full way to 5. That's one of the key differences, as well as the increments being banned. For those who are not used to the Alpha rule set. Got my tongue there, sorry.
I definitely think instant should be banned instead of ink, but that is just my opinion.
Well, you know, it's I'm quite well known for my opinion on inks. I don't get on my inks at the best of times, and Stefan getting a lovely first blood there with the torque bow. First goes down straight away.
This is terrible communication. This is terrible by Skaven. They're not communicating on. Stefan gonna pick up a 3-piece torque to end the round. That was just terrible communication.
I mean, like that was like a 4-man got stuck in the corner. You know, that was just they were just asking to be cross lancer there now.
They definitely were just lancering. They had no clue that Stefan was coming around to play with the torque. He picked up a big 3-piece. But that's terrible by Skaven. You gotta call that out. That's communication at its worst. Cannot have one person playing around and take out 3 teammates with 3 different torques. You just can't have that going on. You gotta communicate.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. I mean, like with any rush, if you're going to do a 4-man rush anywhere, you have to make sure the 4-man is aggressive, and that you're not hanging about. If you get stuck on the stairs or something like that, you're just asking to be lancered down or caught from a different area. You can't afford to be leaving a flank exposed like that.
Yeah, you definitely can't. You can't afford to, especially if you're down already. But Stefan going big for down. 9 kills, 3 down in a death, and that's not taken away from anybody else in the team. Everybody held their own that map. 3 Mike doing big in the downs, Sturb doing it as well, and Suntail with 6 downs and 4 kills and didn't even die. Dropped a grand on Skaven. And Skaven definitely got to step it up as 3 teammates dropped no kills and 5 deaths apiece. And Priceman going in the negative, so you cannot have one out of your 3 teammates only picking up kills in the execution.
Yeah, execution. That's one of the key game modes of the Gears of War series too. You know, it's in my opinion, execution is the best, one of the best game modes for discerning teamwork, because it is literally you get one chance and one chance only from the start of the round. You know, other respawn game modes, so luck and all the rest that can factor into it, but execution, bam, no room for mistakes, no room for errors.
Yeah, you got one life. You got to play it smart the whole time. If you're gonna lose your life, at least go out. You did something before you went out. At least down, get a kill. You cannot go out like that, wasting lives like that every round. So quick 5-0 by Dow, going into this best of 5, I believe, or best of 3.
I think it's best of 5. Hang on, I'll do 2 seconds. I can check for you. We're that used to the competitive playlists. Sometimes there are different changes.
Oh yeah, I definitely. I think last time I was. It was a lot. It went smooth, but I think I wasn't used to to the rules, the way it went as well.
Sorry, it is best of 3, and it's King of the Hill and Hotel next. But I think we're gonna have to have another lag test first.
Okay.
Alpha playlist. This could be a very short one tonight, Glory.
I definitely agree. If Dow comes out playing like that, and Skaven keeps playing the way they're playing, I definitely think that could be a quick. This could be a quick. Like they could end it right here if Skaven's not going to come out and give them a run for their money.
I mean, like that's the thing when it comes to like especially anything in best of 3. It doesn't matter what the game is. You got to come out guns blazing from the start, which is exactly what Dogs are doing. I mean, like say old days, and other websites, other tournament websites, anything you were playing best of 3, we used to always, if you wanted to have a quick game and you wanted to go full throttle, you did best of 3. If you weren't as comfortable on some maps, you did best of 5, because then you knew that at least you had a chance that one of your other maps would come up. You don't do, if you're going to do best of 3, you have to be full throttle from map 1. You can't afford to throw away one map at all. You know what I mean? It is just that type of thing. But let's see. Are you in here yet, or do you need an invite?
I need an invite. I didn't get an invite yet.
Alright, 2 seconds. But I was, I predicted, Dogs would come out strong in this game, and, a 5-0, and there was only maybe 1-2 rounds that, Skaven were actually looking a bit strong, and only one of their teammates getting kills. You've got to play as a team more. You can't just have one player holding up a team. It's just you're not gonna last too long like that.
I mean, if you're gonna come in as an underdog team, you cannot just fear because of who they are, their stature. You got to give them a run for their money. I mean, there's teams that have come out. This happened. In my opinion, this happened last week with Envy. The team that Envy played, I think the team just. The fear factor, they were scared of who they were playing against. They took their stature, too much, and they ended up choking. And I believe that they got 2-1 or 3-0. I could be wrong, but I mean you can't look at it like that. You gotta look at them as like any other opponent that you go against. You gotta look at them and be like, look, we can go on. You gotta go in confidence. What you gotta be on, like, look, we can beat this team. We can get them a run for money. If you don't win, at least give them a run for their money on these maps. You cannot go 5-0, get 5-0 on an execution map. You can't do that. You got to give them some type of fight. And I believe it was the lag test.
Yeah, I think this is the lag test. Week 2, Execution Mercy, King the Hill Hotel, and Team Deathmatch are in Artillery. So check out as one of the most popular maps for testing lag. So I would most certainly guess this is the lag test. But I mean, like, Dogs are going to have a huge confidence boost after that 5-0 victory, but I mean, like we seen the last time I was commentating with Shawnee, T4S had a brilliant first map, and then, the Fairies, they pulled it back, and then T4S had to, get back on the game from there, but I don't know, I can't see this happening at the minute. I mean, like, Dogs, they were being methodical, they were being brilliant as a team, and Skaven, they just, if I was to give advice to Skaven right now, it would be, get a lot more team firing going on. Get a lot more, tactical pushes. Look at where you are in the map. Be aware of your flanks. Be aware of how your teammates are playing. Because there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of one player gets dropped and they don't realize that their flank's suddenly exposed, so they're just too busy looking in front of them. They're getting shot in the back. You know what I mean? It's just I
definitely agree.
You can't happen like that.
I think it just comes down to chemistry. You gotta look at how long they've been together. If they've been together for this long, you gotta look at that. That's first of all, it comes down to chemistry. You know how each other play. You know where people play at. You know where they play well. You know how they play. So I mean, it comes down to that as well. Skaven being a new team, they might not know where each other plays best and what their strengths and weaknesses are. And so it definitely takes a little bit more competitive play to just know where you're standing. Sometimes it might take a roster change. Again, I mean, anything can happen with these teams. I mean, if you feel that someone doesn't fit the team, hey, a roster change can't happen. They do happen in games. Definitely in gear, they do happen in any game. So I mean, it's just breaking down your team, knowing where you guys play well, what you do well, what you don't do well, and just working on it, keep playing. And I think Skaven looks like they needed not a lot more. It seemed like communication was lacking. Yeah, that's where it seemed like the lacking was. They couldn't call out. It just seems like call outs were nowhere to be seen.
I mean, like, communication is definitely the most important factor. You know, some teams that go heavy over tactics, you know, ways of playing. For me, I never was really a big fan of tactics. I just always said that as long as you got the communication and the chemistry, that's all you need, because it's the being able to adapt to what the other team's doing is the important thing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you definitely want to have strategy, but you definitely want to be able to adapt on the fly. So if things if your strat doesn't work out, you can always, you know what, we can switch it up. Come up with a strat on the fly and execute.
Haven't played dogs before, I will say that's one thing they're really skilled at, is being able to adapt to whatever you do. If you say, for example, if you break one of their set in stone formations, they'll mold around it. They will, you know, they'll catch you out. Some teams, whenever you break a formation of that they can't get back into form. They don't know how to, you know, break in turn your counterattack. An experienced team like dogs, they'll break through it again. You know, it just goes to show, you know, once you're an experienced team, once you've got the team chemistry going. Team chemistry is such an important thing. I would say it's the most important thing of, like, with any team. If you don't have the chemistry, there's no point you being a competitive team, because I would honestly rate the chemistry as being the number one thing. And I haven't played, you know, I would play with the dog guys and you know, rank matches and that, and they get on the best. You know, I've never once heard any of them argue with each other. You can't ask for more than that. What are you predicting for this King of the Hill at the minute? I mean, King of the Hill. I mean, I've seen dogs play in King of the Hill. That is one of their strongest game modes too. It's gonna be interesting to see, but I can see it being short.
I mean, I don't want to count anybody out, but you gotta, again, teams. That's the thing I seen last week. Teams do not play with a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You gotta realize you are down.
Yep.
Especially in a best of three. You only get 3. You gotta 2-0. That's it. There is no more. In a best of 5, you get 2-0. Okay, you got another one. But you gotta play with a sense of urgency. They are down. They're down 1-0. One more loss and they're out. You gotta play with that. You gotta play you gotta play with confidence. Play like you know your back's against the wall. You gotta come out firing. You cannot just lay down. I don't care who they are. They can be. Yes, they have a chemistry, but you don't lay down for anybody. And you gotta come out playing like that. Somebody needs to be the leader. Step up, like, look, we gotta come out with the sense of urgency. We gotta play like we are about to get. What they are about, they could get knocked out. They lose both these teams because they gotta play like that. So already Forrest going down. Suntel's gonna take him out, and they're just ganging up on three of them at the hill. They already get the first points on the hill, and just terrible incidents by playing. So it looks like SKN is already just playing sloppy. They already look like they're down and out, but it is only a couple seconds into it. But from what I see, it looks sloppy in my opinion.
Well, you got to remember, like, I will tell you this: whenever you're playing against like dogs, if you're not experienced, they will break you. You know, they are they're very methodical. I mean, you look at the likes of Envy, they're pretty much the top of their game in the competitive playlist. Well, dogs are the top of their game in the alpha playlist. I'd say that much. You know, you look at players like Stefan. I would honestly rate Stefan as one of the top players in the game. He's just he puts in so little time into this game, and yet he is unbelievably good at it. It's just incredible to watch how he interacts with his team and just how he works by himself too. And then, you know, you can't count out any of the other players of the Dogs team. They all just do their job. They all do it excellent. You know, and I'm trying to find out things about Skaven, just watch them here, but I'm seeing sloppiness. I'm seeing, you know, Clan Rat trying to shoot off a cover piece whenever it wasn't really necessary. You know, they need to work more as a team here. I mean, like, they're 70 down at the minute. How would you, if you were, you know, like, if you were 75 points down right now, what would you do, Gloryd?
First of all, you need just relax, settle down. They're playing. You need to play with a sense of urgency, but not play stupidly. Do not just keep flying. You see what they're doing? They're just flying at them. Shotty's blazing. You just cannot do. Again, I'm going to take it back to week 1 with Envy. This is the same thing. That you cannot let teams break how you play because you're letting them control the flow of the game. If you let a team break how you play, then pretty much just gave them the game because they're forcing you to play how they play. And you got it. King of the Hill requires yes, it requires slaying, but you also need lancers as well.
Yep.
That goes for execution as well. So I mean, you got to put those lancers to work. Also meat shield as well. Oh wow!
Disturb getting a team kill on Sant there. I wonder what that was. I was missing that. I was too busy focused on First here, working along with one of his other teammates. I think it is Clanrat. Yep, Clanrat and First trying to regain some hill time here. They're up to 20 points there. Maybe this could be, you know, SKN's working better as a team now, and they're trying to focus more on how they're going to bring this back a bit. But you know, maybe it's too little. But at the same time, King of the Hill is one of those game modes where everything can turn apart at the last second. I've been plenty of game where we've had like 1 point to win, the other team's been like 30 points behind, they've still managed to turn it back. Because if once you get that drive, you can pull it back. But Dogs already set up a next hill here, and Clanrat's still defend the other points, so they're up to, so it's 93 to 30. 93 to 31.
I mean, this is King of the Hill is, I mean, it's not like they got 2 rounds. Unlike most competitive, at least what I'm seeing, it's always one round of King of the Hill, first to 210. So I mean, yeah, you don't ever want to be down. I mean, but it happens. But they just aren't playing with the urgency. I feel that's when you're down. That's the thing. That's in anything. You gotta play with urgency. You gotta play like you're down, and you got to think that when they keep going for power weapons. Yes, I mean power weapons do make a difference. But if you're not doing anything with them, then what's the point? It's just the more time you spend going for these power weapons, and you keep sending back, the more time they're getting on the tails. And look at this, by the time, and Far's gonna get a torque kill on serve, but
pretty hard shot too, but looks like
yeah, that was a pretty nice shot, but
you know, power weapons are nice once you've got the control, and they can be used to break control, but they're not the main focus of a King of the Hill game. I mean, like look at Disturb just coming up behind here and just knocking them out. Because they're too focused, you know, they've got tunnel vision here. They're just, you know, staring down the tunnel. But
that's been very smart, by the way, on that play. That was definitely that's mentality right there. You saw that the down guy had an instant, picked up the V-Shield, so that would inform the instant. That was a smart move by him. Definitely some mentality on that part. This is just looking like a massacre at the moment. That's good. So Stefan's gonna get a double Lancer kill. This is looking pretty bad for Skaven right now. They got power weapons. They gave up power. They gave a majority of power weapons back to Dow. So I mean,
like look at like say look at the sort of cover fire Disturbed is laying down here at the minute. It's just, you know, it's just so concentrated. It's so, you know, methodical. He's putting down their heads. He's not really concentrating on like hurting them as much as he can. He's focusing on making them stop. You know, giving the stopping power of the Lancer. And he's, you know, doing the active reloads non-stop. He's just got them pinned down, and, you know, 210 to 31. I don't even know. I can't, you know, there's not much you can say to that. You know, it's...
I mean, no, that's a blowout. I mean, you want to get points, just look at the slang. Look at the team. Look at the kill aspect. Even King of Hill. King of Hill does require some slang. Do not think the King of Hill is just all about it. You do have to kill to keep people off these hills, and they did it. Look, Suntails, 10 kills, 5 down. They're all getting down. They all have over 1,000 points. Yeah. Suntails, 4 caps, 3 caps by Disturbed, and 2 by Mike. I mean, they're just doing it in every aspect right now. And sorry, and SKN can't match it.
I mean, like if you look at Santal compared to the top score to Priceman, Santal's got 3 times the amount of score that their top player has. You know, just every one of the dogs performing so well, and it's just, you know, it's. You know, I want to see. I'd love to see, you know, dogs, you know, play against the likes of, you know, someone like, I don't know, maybe Envy. Oh, nice shot by Disturbed. That was a lovely headshot. You know, it's.
Wow.
I feel like, you know, Skaven need to do a lot more preparation in terms of what they do for thinking about this match. You know, they need to, you know, like, it's not fun to get, you know, beat this badly. You know, believe me.
It's never fun to get your ass. It's never fun. I want to get your ass whooped. We want to say, but I mean, it's supposed to be a learning experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to let you know, hey, we got a lot of stuff to work on. Cause we got a lot, because they're just looking. It looks like they got weaknesses in almost every aspect. They're getting exposed by Dow. That's what it's doing. They're exposing them. They're letting them know they're probably not as good as they thought they were. But sometimes it just takes playing another team to get that confidence back.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it just takes playing a team on your level, but again, you gotta, no matter what level of field, you gotta step up for them. Even if they lost, at least give them some kind of. Oh, now gonna get a dirty head.
Doing brilliant with that sniper rifle. And look, see how quick he just adapts to like someone being around behind him. He doesn't panic like some people would. He just instantly just turns around with a shotgun, bam, ready to fight. You know what I mean?
And they definitely, I definitely agree with that. And they also they do something that a lot of kids don't do is heat shield.
Yep.
And King of Hill, that is a big thing. If you're going to down, timing out as well. They're not really timing them out, but as far as heat shield goes, they're keeping them. They're keeping themselves alive and making sure they can cap these hills. They're letting them meat shield absorb all the damage. So meat shield is definitely a thing you got to do. It's just they're positioned well. They got boom. I mean, they got it set up. The setup is, it looks like they can't even, the SKN can't even break the setup right now. It's just pretty sloppy. It's just sloppy. I don't. It's not much to say about it. It's just sloppy gameplay on that Skaven's part.
I mean, like, they're not taking time from the start of the round to, just figure out how they can attack the hill. There's too much just running in, going in here. I mean, like, that is a sign of desperation there. It's whenever you're attacking a hill and you're down points, you just need to, take a step back as a team, take a breather, and just say, right, we need to attack this in a certain way. We need to, do this. We need to, say we need to hit smokes. We need to grab the boom, just, break it like that. Wait up for the next hill. Set up at the next hill. Even there now, they had plenty of time to set up the next hill. Only one person on the hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have left it. 15 seconds. Like, hey, let's try to predict where the cycle hill might be. Let's get some people over at certain locations. At least it shows, hey, we're still in this. We're still trying to get points. We're still trying to make some kind of effort. But they have one person at the hill. One. Bashman was the only one at the hill by himself and got crossed out immediately. He gets crossed out again by three. They're just doing everything. Look at Stefan, 16 down, 19 kills. I mean, what more can you say? They're doing it. They're doing last.
And he gets taken out by a sniper by the looks of it.
Ooh, that was nice by Price Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on board with Price Man here. 2 seconds. Let's see
They
if
need
he
to get
does
somebody
something
to
nice.
break the hill. If not, they're just gonna get him almost.
You know what?
I think it's gonna post 200.
I hate to put any team down, but it honestly just looks like Skaven's playing this like it's a public match or something. It's got that sort of mentality about it. The way they're approaching with the power weapons and that.
Yeah, they're not taking this. They're going for power weapons. Look at that. Look, I mean, they're not. I mean, pubs at least call. There's some call outs to pubs. I mean, you take pubs. You don't take pubs to heart, but you do call out. You do play to win. I mean, nobody goes into a game wanting to lose, and it's just like they're not. They're playing to lose, right?
I mean, like just look at the score difference. That's I honestly don't think I've seen a score difference that big before.
I honestly thought they were going to get skunked. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a 2-10-0. I was thinking that it was going to happen, but they actually got 7. They got points on the board right now, but this is just looking like a massacre.
Well, I suppose that's one thing you can't say for Skaven. At least they did get points on the board. At least it wasn't a straight. Oh, Disturbed with a lovely headshot with a sniper there. Will he make it a double? Yes, that's a double. Can he make it a triple? I would love to see a triple. Oh, but Santal just gets the grenade kill in there. But I don't think he could have, missed that triple. That was a lovely little setup there. Disturbed he's just doing his thing. And again, man, Disturbed is just nasty with that sniper.
I think he could have went for another one at the doorway, but 179 in the first one, difference 182 in the second one. Is that?
I mean, looking at that score difference, that's just
Look at this. Look at this ball. The stat sheet. Like once it goes back to the menu. Wow, 5K for three of the 4 teammates on down, and 3K to round it out. I think everybody on that team outscored everybody on the other team, and I'm pretty sure
I mean, like, looking at you could add up every single points of the Skaven team, and you still wouldn't get, Santal or Stefan's score. That's just, wow.
Look at the combined kills. They had 15 kills combined on SKN and 6 down. I mean, and you go to others, it's just the big. You can see the difference. You can see where the work was and where it wasn't for each team.
Maybe we're approaching this the wrong way. I mean, like, Skaven, new team in the block, Dogs of War, reigning champs. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to see. Skaven's gonna have to put in a lot of work here to improve. But they, there is a lot of there's a lot of room for improvement. But it's easier to make the first steps for improvement. But there's a lot of work to be done. Dogs, I can't say much. Dogs are in their peak. I can't say there's much that Dogs need to work on. I mean, like their chemistry is top notch. Their individual playing ability is top notch. I couldn't really say much that I could nitpick from dogs there, but Skaven, you're saying two opposite sides of the board there. Skaven, a lot of work to be done, but I reckon they could do it.
I definitely don't like to put down teams because I'm not, not saying I'm a pro or something, but there's just it's things that don't play. You got intelligence, play smart, you got urgency that you're down. You got to play like that, confidence. You got to keep the team morale up. That's the thing. If you got to have a leader that's going to keep the morale up. I think Dow definitely has that. I think their whole team is full of leaders, but I definitely think they have one person that if they're ever down, they keep them motivated. You got to keep them in the game. You got to keep stuff organized. SKN just looked so unorganized, like nobody knew what to do or it just looked unorganized. But I definitely they need more practice. They need to start just scrimming. Just scrim teams that are on your level or a little bit above your level, and just keep doing that. And keep working on it. Eventually, you just start building chemistry.
Yep.
And I think that's what they really need. But there's always next week. Definitely want to come out again, put on a stronger showing. But I just doubt. Can't say enough about them. They dominated that.
Yeah, one thing I will say is if SKM wants to improve, get in with the ranked matches, get in with the ranked TDMs, get in with the ranked executions, just play them non-stop. You get played against plenty of stack teams and get your butt whipped plenty of time, but it's a good way to improve chemistry, and then you can take it to your competitive forms. Then you can play your competitive scrims, and then you just improve gradually like that. Dogs been playing together for years. You can't say much to improve their team chemistry. It doesn't need improved in the slightest.
It's top notch. You can't. I would love to see them. I would love to see them go against Envy. That would just be.
Yeah, that was some. You look at some of the plays by the likes of Disturbed with the sniper, and you've got some really top quality players there. I can't say much more than that. It's just, I felt bad for Skaven, but at the same time, that's just another. Dogs just treated that like another game. They weren't being brutal. They were just being methodical. They were just playing. Dogs just do the right thing. They just treat everyone like they're the same opponent. You know what I mean? Whereas, I'm sure Skaven, they were playing against the reigning champs. They were like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Sort of thing. You just got to start to get into that sort of mind state. Like you said, just treat everyone the same.
You got to come at every opponent like.
Yeah, just give it your best each time.
That's the thing. That's the thing about Dow. They came in. They didn't lollygag. They didn't play around. They didn't care who it was. It could have been Envy. It could have been anybody. They were playing them like they played anybody else, and that is how you got. That's how you got to play. You got to play like that at all times. You got to play, no matter who they are. You got to play them seriously. And Dow definitely.
And you didn't see dogs let up not even one time there, because you've seen it plenty of times before. You'd be playing against a weaker opponent. You think, we'll just mess about with them. Regardless of whether you're being live streamed or not, and then that gives them an opportunity to get a counterattack in while you're messing about. You can't. Dogs just from the bat brutal. They just did their thing from start to finish, and then they just said, I'm pretty sure they just said, good game, and they left it like that. They just played, did their thing, moved on.
I definitely agree. If a team like that, it's just respect them. You respect them, but when you play them, you gotta play them like everybody else. I can't stress that enough. These up and coming teams, you gotta play them like this. You gotta play them hard. Do not give up. Anything can happen.
I think that leaves that fixture wise. I'm pretty sure that leaves. I'm gonna check the tables now, but I'm pretty sure that just leaves Dogs again at the top with 2 wins now, and Skaven I think are still at the bottom with 2 losses now. So Dogs looking very strong in the alpha playlist here, but there's a few teams in there that I reckon will challenge Dogs pretty strongly. You got VT, you've got NGG, you've got Sol. There's definitely there's going to be a few great matches for live streaming this season, and I'm looking forward to a lot of them. But we still got like another 10 weeks, 11 weeks, 10 weeks I think it is. So plenty of time left now to see some great quality matches. There's going to be a few more walkovers. There's going to be a few close matches, but we'll be on board every step of the way. So that was pretty good match there, and I'd say better commentary than audio-wise. I think we sorted out a few of the settings. Had a few problems there at the start, but anything else you want to add, Glory, or?
I mean, there's always next week. I mean, you got so much season left. I mean, 2 losses, you can definitely put that in and make that a positive record. So,
yeah,
I'm excited to see the rest of the season, though. I definitely want more in the season.
I mean, like Lakes versus Skaven, they might have 2 losses, but if they put the time and effort in as a team, there's still plenty of time for them to turn that around positive. Like you said, they've still got a lot of 10 odd games to do, so there's plenty of room for them to actually really come together and just start practicing and playing. But
and I definitely hope that after this match that they didn't just pout and get off. You can't do that. You got to think, okay, we just lost, but now we need to go. You need team meeting.
Yeah.
You got a team meet. You got to talk about this. You got to say, hey, look, we need to start practicing. We need to start working on stuff. Because clearly, we are not the session we thought we were before we came into this. Or they might have not thought they were anything at all. I don't know. You got to come in with something. So, definitely got to come in there. You definitely got to beat up, huddle up, talk about it. Try to get everything in order. I mean, that's all you do is practice at that.
Right, and we've got to give a shout out to our very own Shawnee Owens here, because it's his birthday in about an hour by British time anyway. That's another, how many hours for you till tomorrow?
Happy birthday, Shawnee. Make sure you get drunk and do all that stuff to celebrate. And Hoodlum wants to shout out. Shout out to Hoodlum. Yeah, definitely want to.
I'm not really sure what Hoodlum did to deserve a shout out, but we'll give him that shout out anyway.
He asked for one side. We give shout outs to Hoodlum. Shout out to Shawnee. Happy birthday, Shawnee.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up on that. It was it's not fun to watch a team get rolled over, but it's all part of the learning curve. I mean, like Gears has one of the most difficult learning curves out of probably any of the games out right now. It's it's not as popular like say COD, but it's a lot more satisfying once you do start to learn it. You know what I mean? You just gotta learn from it, learn from your mistakes, and just drive on. Get back on your horse. You
just can't. I mean, you can easily sit there and quit, or you can keep going.
Yeah.
Two options you got: you quit, or you keep going and you improve. And I don't see Skaven wanting to quit. I think they're gonna try to improve. Same goes for the team that went from MP last week. I think it's just practice. That's all it is. Anything you gotta practice.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta work hard to practice that. So if we hope Skaven, we see some better performance out of them now. Definitely want to see them play some. Definitely want to see them play likes of like Soul or VT. I definitely want to see those matches. I think those would be great good matches. Yeah, definitely want to see those. But a lot of season left. I believe we're only week 2, week 3. So
yeah, we're only in week 2 at the minute, but we still got another 10 weeks to go. So there's plenty more season to see. We got the competitive playlist, and we've got the alpha playlist. We've got the execution playlist. So many matches, and I just wish, I wish we could stream them all, but I don't have enough time, in the week to do it. But it's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be a good close season. I think there's a lot of very quick. There's a lot of very good teams here, very closely matched, and it's even though there's some of the lower teams that are getting hit hard by the harder teams. The lower teams are sort of evenly matched too, so it's going to be close matches between them. Big fights for relegation. There's a lot of interesting things. going to happen. So, it'll be interesting to see who actually takes the crowns by week 12. That's what I'm interested in seeing.
I'm definitely interested in the rest of the season as well. So, I think we're going to wrap it up for you guys. Sorry about the delay. That's sorry for both of us. The XSplit is to blame. So we're going to put the blame on XSplit.
Yep.
So that was just the delay.
This is one of those nights. XSplit just decided it didn't want to work, so XSplit didn't work for about 15 minutes. XSplit just didn't want to work at all, and he just wanted to annoy me today. That's pretty much all I can say.
Definitely be ready next time. Hopefully XSplit doesn't do that next time.
Yeah. But we're gonna call it a night here. Well, Glory Day being from the USA is gonna call it a day. So
Yeah, 3 p.m. for me, guys. So.
yeah, so we'll catch you next time, and hopefully we'll probably see another brilliant match next week. And I'm gonna say I'd like to hope it was a lot closer in that game because I mean best of 3. Wow, that was over quick. That was
Yeah,
over
yeah.
quick.
That was about what? It was about an hour or so, but less than an hour. I believe.
Yeah, and that's only because it was King L. If it was TDM, I could have seen that being over a lot quicker.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely the 15 lives. Yeah, it would have been over fast.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up on that. It was another good commentary here. Good commentating with you, Glory. You got any last words for?
Thanks you guys for tuning in. I mean, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me at Wild Glory. If you do have a Twitter, you can follow me there. And just if you guys are competitive players that you play Gears of War in the EU, come check out WGL. I mean, they put on some great tournaments, allowing us to commentate, allowing me to commentate with David here. So I mean, just come check us out. You won't be disappointed. That was good.
Yeah, wise words there. You know, if you do have any experience in the competitiveness and you've played competitive before, you have like PC or whatever, you know, WGL offering Gears, FIFA, Call of Duty, Battlefield, you know, and there's always room for more games in the future as they come out. So definitely give it a check out. The WGL.co.uk. And we'll call it a wrap on that. And Glory, it was great commenting with you again, and I think we can call that a wrap. See you guys later.
All right, see you guys.